Red One's new streaming record continues a great Dwayne Johnson trend that signifies a new phase of his career. Red One has broken a streaming record that may prove that Dwayne Johnson's career is undergoing a major shift. Johnson is a star who is very familiar with shifts in his career, as he originally became famous as a WWE wrestler under the moniker The Rock. After taking on a role as the antagonist in the 2001 adventure sequel The Mummy Returns, he began to transition toward acting, and he has become a major movie star with many blockbuster movies and franchises under his belt, including the new Jumanji movies, the Fast Saga, the Moana franchise, Rampage, and more. However, his new Christmas action comedy underperformed both critically and commercially. On Rotten Tomatoes, it earned a dismal 30% score from critics, which ties it with 2005's Be Cool as the 8th worst-rated Dwayne Johnson movie ever. Although its audience score on the platform is a verified hot 90%, this has not translated to success in theaters. The Red One box office only hit a total of $182.8 million. While this was enough to make it the 24th highest-grossing movie of 2024 worldwide at the time of writing, the movie failed to recoup its enormous reported budget of roughly $250 million. Red One broke Prime Video's streaming debut record in 4 days. In spite of the negative Red One reviews and its lukewarm box office reception, the movie broke a streaming record once it made its debut on Prime Video. In mid-December 2024, during the lead-up to Christmas, the movie garnered 50 million views within its first 4 days on the platform, even as it continued its run in theaters as one of the only major holiday-themed blockbusters of the year. This 50 million total marks it as the most-watched movie debut ever on Prime Video. Red One is an Amazon MGM Studios production and was intended for an eventual Prime Video streaming release before it even hit theaters, as Amazon owns both the studio and the streaming platform. This record is even more impressive when considered against the other blockbuster titles that have premiered on the platform, either after a theatrical run or exclusively on streaming. This roster includes the Dave Bautista action comedy My Spy, which was successful enough to earn the sequel My Spy, The Eternal City, the Oscar-nominated Borat subsequent movie film, the hit romance adaptations, The Idea of You and Red, White, and Royal Blue, both of which starred up-and-comer Nicholas Galitzine, the Eddie Murphy Legacy sequel Coming to America, the animated sequel Hotel Transylvania, Transformania, and the buzzy Emerald Fennel drama Saltburn. Red One is Dwayne Johnson's latest movie to break streaming records. This streaming success could help the new Dwayne Johnson movie eventually break even. While the massive Red One budget likely means that the movie needs to earn $500 million or more in order to truly break even, its record-breaking debut could be followed by an annual viewership resurgence as it is watched or rewatched every year during the lead-up to Christmas in December. Its success also marks the second major streaming record broken by a Dwayne Johnson movie. Typically, movies need to earn 2.5 times their budgets in theaters in order to break even, both because production budgets don't include marketing costs and because theaters keep half of ticket sales. Though now that the movie is on streaming, that makes its exact break-even point even more unclear. Back in 2021, the action comedy Red Notice, in which Johnson starred opposite Ryan Reynolds and Gal Gadot, became a smash hit when it debuted exclusively on Netflix, who had acquired the project from Universal Pictures when its theatrical release was scuppered amid COVID-19 related shutdowns. Red Notice quickly rose to become the most-watched movie on the platform and remains their one feature-length title, even though quite a few newer Netflix movies have become major top 10 hits, including the 2022 Ryan Reynolds sci-fi movie, The Adam Project, and the Barack and Michelle Obama-produced 2023 thriller Leave the World Behind. Red One proves Dwayne Johnson is a bigger streaming star than box office draw now. While it seemed that the star-studded Red One cast, which also includes J.K. Simmons, Lucy Liu, and Marvel Cinematic Universe star Chris Evans, would potentially help the movie become a smash theatrical hit, that possibility did not come to fruition. However, the success of Red Notice, followed by the streaming record broken by the 2024 Christmas movie show, that Johnson still has major star power on streaming in a way that hasn't proven to be the case for him in theaters over the past few years. Below, see a breakdown of his recent string of theatrical disappointments. Part of the reason that these movies have underperformed is the fact that Johnson's star power comes with a huge price tag, making it difficult for many of the movies to earn their budgets back. However, even the slimmer-budgeted animated movie DC League of Super Pets just barely seems to have been able to break even in theaters. In general, the star is seeing a commercial downturn in theaters, yet his status on streaming does not seem to have been affected, if this new record is anything to go by. What Dwayne Johnson's continued streaming success for his future as a movie star? This streaming success could mean that this Christmas action comedy franchise could actually get off the ground, especially considering the fact that the Red One ending leaves the door open for a sequel. However, the possible Red One 2 could potentially be made as a streaming exclusive, designed to appeal directly to the audiences that most responded to it. If this movie is a success, or if this trend continues with other movies, Johnson could potentially find himself as the star of many more movies designed to appeal to at-home audiences instead of theatergoers. Dwayne Johnson scored a recent major hit with Moana 2. However, this does not mean that Dwayne Johnson's post-Red One future will be entirely on streaming. He scored a recent major hit with Moana 2, which has already grossed $820.9 million against its $150 million budget at the time of writing. Movies like the upcoming live-action Moana remake, in which he reprises the role of the demigod Maui, will probably still continue to thrive in theaters, but they may coexist alongside an increasing number of streaming titles featuring the star in the coming years.